call. Yes. It's about 2 o'clock, 2:20. Yeah. And I just got to the study room. I had to leave the senior center a little early so I could go to the clothing bank and get some clothes, some used clothes. Now you can appreciate that as a consumer. Yeah. I'd rather buy my own clothing, but I've had some problems with the obligation to enforce fraud laws. Yes. Now, the National Association of Insurance Commissioners, the NAIC, the Anti-Fraud Task Force. Yes. I've been documenting certain crimes, and it seems that no one really wants to enforce fraud laws. Now, this, yes, is a forgery. And this is fraud. The petitioner didn't actually sign this? Yes. And that's a forged signature of the ex officio Superior Court clerk. Yeah. Now, there's some fraud and involvement in the actual issuance of a dissolution of marriage. Yeah. I didn't get actual notice of court hearings or settlement conference setting hearings. Yes. Or the actual parenting plan, the order for support, or the summary report. Yeah. I think there's a lot of fraud involved in this dissolution of marriage. Now, we have some anti fraud laws in the United States, and let's say you're in the insurance industry. Yes. And you know about the obligation of law enforcement to have to admit any exculpatory evidence, right? But when I tell them that I wasn't in SQUIM, they decided they'd say I was crazy. Now, the court determined that my personal recognizance would not reasonably be assured for the presence of the defendant. Yes. When required. Yeah. See, you held me on $10,000 bail, security bond, or $1,000 cash. Yes. When I refused to sign this on the 11th day of October of 2016. Yeah. 20th of October 2016 at 1:30 in court. Yes. Now, I don't remember appearing in court. I thought it was one of those video things that you do. Yes. Now, this on the 26th day of September of 2016, the Sequim Police Department actually arrested me on the 24th of September. Yes. Knowing I wasn't in Sequim on December 31st of 2015. Oh. And there seemed to be some problem with this idea of exculpatory evidence. Why don't you get me all the insurance agents that have had to have fingerprinted? Yes. I was an insurance person, an insurance man, really. Yeah. For 16 years. Appointed with 25 to 30 different insurance companies. And I'm absolutely sure about the requirements of the law to be able to issue insurance products. It requires a signature of the actual individual. Now, this anti-task force, yes, the NAIC is the authoritative source for the insurance industry information. Yeah. Our expert solutions support the efforts of regulators, insurers, and researchers by providing detailed and comprehensive insurance information. NAIC offers a wide range of publications in the following categories. Yes. Now, it's nice that they provided this publication. Yes. This has to do with police brutality. Poop. I had read in the Peninsula Daily News, yes, that the prosecutor had said that law enforcement's obligated to provide any exculpatory evidence. Yes. Now, the Guidance for State Regulators to the Violent Crime Control and Law Enforcement Act of 1994. Yeah. Could you get me a copy of that? I'm familiar with this law about law enforcement. Yes. Yes, yes. Now, these insurance commissioners, Mike Cradell, yeah, I did email Stephanie. Yes. Why don't you get me the employees right now of every insurance commissioner in every state of the United States? It seems that the states don't really think that I can actually sue them for refusing to obligate law enforcement to admit the evidence that I didn't commit any crime. Yeah. Now, I know you're just sitting there thinking, well, even though the elected oath of office said in an article in the Peninsula Daily News that there's an obligation, yes, an ethical rules obligation, yes, and the criminal procedural rules obligation. I'm thinking I could sue the insurance commissioners right now. They're elected oaths of office or they appointed oaths. And then there are those that would say that the National Association of Insurance Commissioners believes will be assistance to insurance regulators regarding the anticipated use of statutes by federal prosecutors, and more important, what obligations have been created for commissioners. Now, let's say you're the state insurance commissioner, and I emailed you, yes, forgeries, fraud, my son's being in the wrong grades, yes, yes, yes. And for some dumb reason right now, you seem to fucking think that I can't take the insurances of every state of the United States. Now, it'd be difficult to run the government of those states without any insurance. Ouch, ouch. Now, these guidelines do not constitute legal advice to any reader. Yes. Decisions whether to prosecute individuals and entities under 18 U.S. Code 1033 and 1034 are solely within the discretion of the United States Department of Justice and the U.S. Attorney General's office. Now, it could be that Bob Ferguson, pooch, thought that he didn't have to be involved. But let's say I went after the Attorney Generals of every state in the United States because you're so fucking stupid as to think that I don't have the right to sue the insurance commissioners. Yes, I don't have the right to sue the states for their individual insurance products. Yes. Now, table of contents. Oh, imposes certain obligation upon insurance commissioners, granting written consent by the discussion of issues arising from the statute. Introduction, Department of Insurance Procedures. Pooch, why don't you give me the insurances of the police departments? Because I'm thinking Mike. Isn't that right, Mike? I'm thinking of Mike. Mike Credell, the insurance commissioner of the state of Washington. You're absolutely motherfucking fucked. Do you understand right now? Now, when I said I wanted my sons, you decided to be total dickheads. Poop. But I decided, no, I'll just go after the insurance right now. Now, listen, I gave you the evidence from the word of mouth of the actual prosecuting attorney. And instead of me getting a fucking phone call, you decided to be assholes. So why don't we just call the state insurance commission, every state of the United States right